Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here. Today we're talking about some more news coming out of the LCS, and it is this from LEC Wooloo. AD Carry Tactical is in discussions to sign with Immortals in the LCS, and I know this has been talked about by some other people as well, like Travis Gafford. I don't know if there's been any other rumor accounts that have necessarily talked about it, but kind of an interesting signing. Tactical was in a weird place last year after he, gets kicked from TL, signs with TSM, which was exciting in some ways. Tactical was seen as one of the better AD carries in the LCS. Some people really hated him and really thought he was a fraud or overrated or whatever. And a lot of those people were, pretty strongly vindicated in 2022, but it's also a little bit hard to judge because TSM was an absolute dumpster fire, and like every single player pretty much underperformed their expectations on TSM. Spico was an MVP level player in 2021. Tactical was one of the best AD carries in the LCS in 2021. And it just all went bad. I mean, the roster was bad, the coaching staff was bad, the management was bad, the environment was bad, everything was bad. Tactical ends up getting sent down to Academy, and we're wondering, hey, are we ever going to see this guy in the LCS ever again? Because obviously once you get kicked from a team and then benched from another team, and the team you play for, TSM, was like one of the worst teams in the LCS till the very end of the year, it was looking a little bit rough. But Tactical's career is super interesting because, like I said, he's had the high highs and the low lows. He's even gone to Worlds a couple of times, and while at Worlds, looked like an internationally competent player. Now, I'm not saying Tactical ever looked like one of the best AD carries in the world or anything like that, but he had some games on the international stage where you were like, hey, if Tactical's your AD carry, you're not completely fucked, which is not something you can say about most LCS players. So at the very least, Tactical has had a decently high ceiling, but at the same time, at every Worlds and every playoffs and seemingly all the time, he usually finds a moment of making the big mistake and costing his team the game. So it'll be very interesting to see how he's able to do on Immortals. I am kind of happy he's getting another LCS shot. I don't know that we can say Immortals isn't going to be a dumpster fire just like TSM was last year. So it may be kind of setting him up in a not great environment to succeed. I do believe Tactical is a little bit of a rhythm player, for lack of a better word. When everything's going good, when he's hot, when he's feeling himself, like a confidence player, he's going to be playing very, very well. But when things are not so great, or his team's doing bad, or they're dropping a bunch of games, or his team sucks, it's going to be a little bit rough. Now, hey, was Tactical carried by CoreJJ on Team Liquid, and other than that, he sucks? Maybe. I don't know, and I don't know that we'll ever know. I think much more likely is probably just, hey, Team Liquid is a really, really good team, more so than he was just carried by CoreJJ specifically. I think in League of Legends, it's really easy to look better on good teams, like he did with Team Liquid, and it's easier to look worse on bad teams, like he did with TSM. Now, again, I don't think Immortals is going to be all that strong. Here is a roster that is projected by Travis Gafford: Revenge, Kenvi, Ablaze Olive, Tactical, and Fleshy. I don't know who Fleshy is. I want to say I believe he's a Latin American player, but I can't remember for sure. But either way, not anybody that I'm all that excited about or interested in. And yeah, Revenge, Kenvi, Ablaze Olive. I don't know. Just a lot of meh players overall. You throw in Tactical there. Like I said, I'm excited Tactical is getting an LCS spot. But I think this is going to be a rough season for both him and Immortals. I hope he bounces back. I hope he's able to find himself onto a better roster in 2024. Because like I said, I do think at his best he can be a strong player. But at his baseline and at his worst, he's a player who probably deserves, a fair bit of the criticism and hate that he does receive. Not like personally, but as a player on the Rift. But I don't know, kind of an interesting signing, one that got lost in the shuffle a little bit, so I did want to bring it to you guys. Pretty much it for this video today. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. Peace.